1st of March 2023, technically the first day of spring 2023 here in St. Petersburg, Russia. Yes, we're in St. Petersburg. This is Alexander Nevsky Square. There's the monument to our great prince Alexander Nevsky, and this is the very beginning of Nevsky Prospect. Well, in fact, technically, it doesn't look like the first day of spring. You see even the snow, but well, it is what it is. And my channel just fixed this day of the history of St. Petersburg. My name is Sergey Baklikov. You're watching Baklikov Live, and the nearest 90 minutes, let's spend it together working, walking in the northern capital of the country. Hello everybody! But you know what really tells about the spring? That it's 5:05 and it's still the daylight here. Let's say yet a month ago it was already kind of dark at this time, but now the days are getting significantly longer, like 5 minutes plus 5 minutes every single day. Just imagine, so it's like, you know, every 6 days the day becoming longer for 30 minutes, for a half an hour, which is pretty great. I say hello to Ohio, sweating sausage, dandy chickens, Robbie Batista, Tanayan, Marsha, Juan Manuel Hernandez, Michael Graham, Julie Hopper, Silvana Howry, and everybody. Good fella. By the way, now I was in McDonald's, which is located right next to Alexander Nevsky Square, and I was trying Big Mac, which is just yesterday returned to the menu. It's now called Big Hit. The price is 165 rubles, which is, according to today's exchange rate, $2.20. Big Mac. And I can say that, well, it looks the same, except they also have a black pieces of sesame on the bun, and all the rest it's the same. 2 beef cutlets, lettuce, such a sliced onion, pickles, and that sauce, which is like supposed to be a firm Big Mac sauce. I can say that it tastes slightly different, but that's what was also announced that it will be slightly different, because it's like officially McDonald's do not allow the recipe to be exactly the same. So they changed that a little bit, but I can say like for 98% the taste is the same. Hello Zelenograd, the best. Hello Roberts. Hello Les Gillards. Hello to Atlanta. Hello to OZ. Hello guys. So we're now on Nevsky. Amazing Nevsky in its old parts. Everybody knows this part of Nevsky as Old Nevsky. You know, it's exactly the monks of Alexander Nevsky Monastery, which is there, right behind the monument to Alexander Nevsky. It's the oldest and still the largest monastery in St. Petersburg, founded by Peter the Great, and named after our great prince Alexander Nevsky. That's the administration of the central district of St. Petersburg. That's where we are. Hello Vera Nabokova. Thank you for good words. So later I will upload the video. I was filming the video. Big hit, Big Mac. Hello, Marian Clippers. Some of us going to work. I just come home and poured myself a whiskey soda, and there you are. Perfect. Sundowner time. Great timing. Awesome, awesome. Yes, today I decided to start a little bit earlier than usual because look, the idea of this video is the first day of the spring. And okay, so if I'm showing the spring, I need to show this at least in a daylight. And I have like yet about an hour and a little bit more, 1+ hour to film now in a daylight. It's about like 6:30. Here will be the dusk. Hello, Jeannie Skinner. Your video is trembling. Not sure what you mean with this word, trembling. What is that, trembling? Fred L. just tuned in and ready for today's walk. Yes, it's great. Mamagu 5. You know, now once the days are getting longer and longer, finally we are entering that phase again when mostly we will have a daylight streams. Our beautiful Russian flag. Wow. Wow. Hello, Pam. You guys remember that we are on the way to the White Nights. Pretty soon here will be way more of day than the night. And even the nights will be not like real dark nights. In fact, what happens technically during the white nights, it's the sun, it goes down under the horizon, but not much. And so there's always, you know, some light goes through, and even at night the sky is never like completely dark. Hello, Joe Pangia. Magnet, 24 hours, working 24/7. Magnet, one of the largest chains of grocery supermarkets. Are you a communist? Man, even in the Soviet days, Russia wasn't communist. It was the socialism here, the socialism which has tried to construct the communism. Hello, Steve Campbell. It's not cold in Moscow today, but the wind is blowing. Well, here it's not like really windy here. The weather is only -1 degree Celsius, which is amazing. Even though it's the snow and the first day, technically the first day of spring, however, I can feel the spring in the air. This is the most fancy intersection on every place of on every corner. Here are the expensive fancy stores. Fendi, Chanel, Louis Vuitton there, Christian Dior, Bulgari, Chanel, and Rolex there. But you know, already for like 1 hour, already for the whole hour, they are like not working, but in the same time they are not leaving. They continue to pay the rent, and they're just waiting for the time when they can return. And that's actually what happens with most of like cheaper brands and mass market brands. For example, Uniqlo, Zara. Some brands are really left, like H&M. Some are just renamed their brands. For example, Mojito, now just Mo. Sinsei, now just Sin. House, now just Ho. Reserved, now just Re. Okay? And crop is just CR. Dream Lisek, hi Sergey, hi Dream, and thank you very much for your super chats. That's much appreciated. Special thanks to all the supporters of my channel and to the members of my channel. This is how all this awesome live streams from St. Petersburg and from all over Russia are possible, especially from all over Russia. If you remember, yesterday I already announced that this week another trip, and this trip will be to Omsk. Yes, I'm going to Siberia again. If in the beginning of the year, at like 6th or 7th of January, right on the Russian Christmas, I was in Novosibirsk, the third largest city in Russia and the largest city of Siberia. Well, now I'm going to the second largest city in Siberia, Omsk, where it's like almost 1.2 million residents there. If you remember when last weekend I went to Pskov, which is relatively not far. It's only 300 kilometers southwest from St. Petersburg. I told you that this trip is like turned to be not that expensive for me. Not as expensive as when I go to, let's say, when I used to go to Chelyabinsk, Yekaterinburg, and I saved up the money. It's not that I saved up, I just was not spending. And I told you yet back then that, well, this is something what will allow me to make a way longer trip this week. And you see, I was not lying. Добрый вечер, Sergey. Did you try the big hits, Sir Jay? This is what I was telling about just 5 minutes ago. And I was filming the video, so later after this stream I will edit it fast, and that's it. Hello, Neil McDonald's. By the way, today earlier was way better weather. It was even the sun here. Now the weather is kind of spoiled. Yes, -1 degree Celsius in St. Petersburg. Thomas Robinson. Hello, Brady Stallings. Hey, good fella, how are you feeling? How are you feeling now? After yesterday's runs on my DJ stream with Operation Zenith. Are you intending to try big hit today? Dudes, you don't hear me? Already for the third time now I'm saying I was trying big hit today. And I filmed the video, which I will upload later. I mean, I literally ate it 25 minutes ago. Hello, Olga Handley. Now that's a part of Nevsky where informally an old Nevsky turns to the new Nevsky, or just Nevsky. Nobody's saying new Nevsky. Everybody's saying this part is an old Nevsky, but nobody's saying that that part is a new Nevsky. Because in fact they actually were Nevsky prospects from both sides started to be constructed at the same time. But one part of it was constructed starting from Windsor Palace, where is now the Windsor Palace, Palace Square, another side from there. And so that's why they even have such a mismatch here, you know, such a bend. And for this reason, here is like always, you know, jamming. Mostly it's always okay, and the most of Nevsky prospects in terms of traffic, but here they are jamming pretty often, most of time of the regular hours. Hello, large. Thanks for love. Nevsky and Suvorovsky. Suvorov Avenue. Alexander Suvorov, the General Field Marshal of the Russian Empire. He had 60 battles and never lost one. The first Soviet street. It's like one of the walking streets. However, here is all the time the mofos are parking their cars. Mamagu 5, hello again. Our spring starts 21st of March and it is already too hot here in Amman. Well, in fact, let me tell you something. In fact, in most of Russia, the winter, the spring is never comes at the 1st of March, except the southern regions, like Sochi, you know, Krasnodar, places like that. But technically, the spring considered to begin from the 1st of March and goes until 31st of May. Alright, Площадь Восстания, Moskovsky Vokzal, Moscow's railway station. Hello, young Kerizia. Yes, the snow in the first day of spring. But anyway, nothing can beat the spring mood here. The main thing, the spring is in the air, and the days are now already significantly longer. If I would walk here at the same time a month ago, that would be already dark. But now, every single day, the days are getting longer for 5 minutes. Hello, Perception Zs. Hello, Elinor Lagerholm. Ligovsky Prospect. We have 20 seconds. All right. Another reason why I love the final countdowns. You can see for sure if you have enough of time. You know, I got used to the final countdowns as much as now sometimes when I see some crosswalks with traffic lights without the final countdown, I already feel kind of uncomfortable. Yes. You are getting used to the great things pretty fast. I got my boots untied. Wow, what a first day of spring. But it's really warm here. And the spring is in the air. I mean, physically, the air is different. Not sure how to explain it, but you guys know this. If in your countries you have a full-scale seasoning, then you know the feeling. I actually love it that here in Russia we have full seasoning for all the seasons. We like have a full-scale summer, we have a full-scale winter, we have a full-scale golden autumn, we have a full-scale awesome blooming spring. You remember that awesome freaking musician? Yeah, he is very freaky, and he is making an accent and bets on like the way he's doing it, not like on the quality of the performance from the point of view of performance as like musician or singer, but as being a freak. Traditionally, loads of people on Nevsky, especially now. It's 5 o'clock, 5:30. Many people finishing their jobs already at 5 o'clock and now rushing home, rushing back home, or maybe to the cafes, or maybe some other things to do, like to the library, or maybe to the shop. We'll start reading tonight about Omsk, Silvana. Hurry, yes, check that out. Omsk. In fact, I will depart to Omsk already tomorrow in the evening. Well, this week I decided to come to Omsk not on Saturday but on Friday, because I want to return on Saturday morning and to be home on Saturday and Sunday. It's been a while. I was at home on Saturday because recently I am traveling every week starting from the beginning of December. Moscow, Kazan, Nizhny Novgorod, Великий Новгород, Vyborg, Novosibirsk, Volgograd, Chelyabinsk, Екатеринбург, Yaroslavl, Pskov. Did I say Volgograd? Yep. Bringing you everywhere around Russia. Marat Street. I'm the one who are not telling you about Russia. I'm the one who's showing you Russia, okay? I'm not sitting at home. Hello, Lina Mamontova. Yes, no matter to all the snow, it's like just a final, you know, like a barb of the winter, because we already burned the winter and fire yet on Sunday. So it's like the last breath of winter. But the spring is inevitable. So the winter is like desperate anyway. What time is the morning stream tomorrow? The morning stream tomorrow? There's no morning stream tomorrow. Now I'm making morning streams only when I'm in the cities. I'm in the other cities. The morning stream will be on Friday. My Friday. Julia N. Yes, we're saying goodbye to the snow. Yeah. Let's just now enjoy the snow, knowing it's maybe one of the very last, if not the last, snows here. Hello, Cosmin. The crosswalk, the corner of Nevsky and Mayakovsky streets. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. First day of spring. But anyway, that's even fun. Tell it 1. We have better weather in Moscow now. Oh, congratulations. Bridge and Tunnel Scooter Club, great city. Yes, man, you really enjoy this. You say this pretty often. but it's actually cool. It looks cool. Last gasp, how we usually describe a final push ending. Freds L, thank you for information. Hello Divyanshu Meta. Hey Divyanshu, you know what? I would love to have some nice beef with you. What do you think? Holy cow. Hi, Capk. Whoa, it's getting really dark so quick. Yes, no more winter, a little more snow, yes, but snow and spring is not the same as in the winter. Different atmosphere. Absolutely. Nah, man, I'll pass. Divyanshu, come on, come on. Let's get some beef. I know you love beef, man. Come on. Marsha loves steak. Yes. Marsha will join us. Some nice beef. Come on, man. Radisson Royal Hotel. Hello, Dinko, Polonezio. Ura to Croatia. Pirate Station, Atlantis, drum and bass spectacle. Whoa, from Radio Records. The Record Dance Radio. Drum and bass spectacle, only in St. Petersburg. Actually, I'm not sure about how it is now, I just do not follow, but I know that St. Petersburg used to be the capital of drum and bass music. Well, in fact, St. Petersburg was the capital of the electronic dance music at all. There was the time St. Petersburg was more advanced in terms of the trance and the house and techno music scene in the beginning of 1990s. So it was even bigger than Moscow in terms of that. Laundry bar likes some drum and bass. Yeah, they love drum and bass, break beats, big beats, stuff like that. Hard bass. Well, Ploikin hard bass mostly popular only around the viewers of Russophobian videos. Hello, Pamela. Pamela, peace check. Nice to see you. You know, Pamela, you was asking me the question, and if you wanna receive my full-scale response, please email me to baklikovlive@gmail.com. Okay? Hello to Canada. I'm a big fan of roast beef, gravy, extra, hot horseradish and Yorkshire pudding. Yeah, sounds awesome. But I wonder if that sounds same awesome for Devianshu Meta. Seems like he don't really like beef. Hi Daddy Smith. Hi Marian Quippers. Wow, it's interesting how now for a moment it was like really dark. It just became like really darker. And now it's brighter again. The beginning of Rubinstein Street. Palace. That's where we need Ralph Palmgren to say, wow, wow, Velosirski Palace, wow. Russia, buddy, Halassa. Hey, buddy. Jessica, Isaac. Thank you. Fontanka River. Already in a month, here will be a lot of boats cruising around the rivers and canals of St. Petersburg, including Fontanka River. This is the retro bus from 1940s. Which is all the time making here the tour rides. Yes, it looks so 1940s. Yes, this looks 1940s. Pamela Piszczyk. Whoa, are we going somewhere on the weekends? Thanks so much for this great super chat. And yes, I already announced that, but let me announce this again. This week, I'm going to Omsk. We are going to Siberia again. Because you remember when I was in Pskov this weekend, I told you that being relatively not far from St. Petersburg, I was not spending much for that. And so like I was able to save up the money and now to have a bigger budget for the ride this week. And so that's why I'm going to Omsk. Omsk, one of the largest cities in Russia, with a population of almost 1.2 million residents, and the second largest in Siberia. Well, the largest after Novosibirsk. Okay, we are going to Siberia again, and that's going to be Friday, not Saturday, because this Saturday I want to be home, okay? And so I will come at night. It's like on the night from Thursday to Friday, and then I will leave on Saturday night, and Saturday morning I will be here in St. Petersburg. Angela Stondra, St. Petersburg is so beautiful. That's truth. That's truth. It's so freaking beautiful. The sculptures of Anichkov Bridge. Two S's. I mean, literally. Pamela, thanks again for an amazing super chat. Saman Fernando, will ice break soon? Of course, yes. Yes, they will break the ice, and a little pieces of the ice will start moving. Usually looks great. Soon I will start walking without the hat. I will wearing the hat only during my DJ sets. And there always will be the people who will asking me, is it cold? Is it cold in your studio? Stacy looked like my husband's when I met him. Yes, let me tell you that my ass was in much better shape when my wife just met me. I was so fit. There was nothing but muscles. Because I used to be the sportsman, actually. I used to be the sportsman until the age of 16. I was almost the master of sports in kayaking, a single kayaking. I had 11 trainings a week. Sir, show us the city of Yoshkar-Ola and the buildings on the Ragis embankments share similarities. Yeah, I think I will go there. One of those towns, Yoshkar-Ola, the capital of Mari El Republic. And it's interesting, one of those towns like where I used to be around. I mean, like I was not far from it. I was like in Saransk, Kazan, you know, Kirov, Izhevsk, but I was not in Yoshkar-Ola. So I will keep in mind to go there in the summer. I think I don't really want to go there now at this time, but I think gonna be great in the frigging spring, summer. Catherine Garden. This is our Empress, Catherine II, also known as Catherine the Great. She ruled Russia for 34 years, from 1760 to 1794. Behind her there's Alexandrinsky Theater, 190 years old theater, the drama theater, but also they are making ballet there. And this is something you definitely know already. Yeliseyev Brothers store, the grocery store, 119 years after, still huge, still one of the most fancy grocery stores. I think not one of the most fancy store. We now have the stores which are bigger, having a way wider range of the stuff, but no one is as fancy as this one. I used to show you that many times. Hello, A. Victor. My friends in St. Petersburg. Okay. Tell them I'm saying hi. This is Mobotics camera. The Mobotics. It's the most popular 24/7 camera in St. Petersburg. You traditionally can't see me there. You now can watch that. I will stay next to the A letter. A means autobus. Yes, we don't say bus, we say autobus, which is actually like autobus. 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 The lane for the public transportation. So the camera is there on this pipe. Hi guys. Hi Mobotics. Hi Mofotics. Mofos from Mobotics. Guys from, yes, Mofos on Mobotics. Actually Mofotics. Hey, hey. The branch of Russian National Library. Eleanor Lagerholm already see me on the camera. Гостиный двор. You remember, dudes, that here you can buy the mug with an image of Stalin. You can also buy the mask with Putin and Kim Chen-ir. Kim Chen-in. Matryoshka dolls, kokoshniks, ushanka heads. But the main thing is the mug with the image of Stalin. I know that this is something what you always wanted to buy most of all, right? Hello, Konisi. This is the entrance to Passage. It's an old mall from 1848, the older brother of GUM department store on the Red Square in Moscow. A big day is coming. Big day is coming for all the malls here in Russia. The 8th of March, International Women's Day. Same as the Defenders of the Fatherland Day at the 23rd of February, which is considered now as the Whole Man's Day, and which is an official nationwide holiday. The 8th of March, it is also a nationwide holiday, one of the main holidays for the women. I mean, the bigger than 8th of March can be only like a women's birthday, okay? It's like the women are expecting something really significant for the 8th of March. It's really big day here, when we also have the official day off, okay? It's the day to praise the women. The clock tower of City Duma. I was taking you there. Already for more than a year, they have an excursions there. Right on the top. You can buy a ticket online for a certain time. Armenian Christian Church. Armenians are Christians, you know. Fred L. Enjoy dinner in Omsk on me. Whoa, Fred, thank you very much for this awesome super chats, just like Pamela's super chats. Yes, I will make sure to have a great dinner in Omsk. Whoa, yeah, dudes. You see, such an amazing super chats. You know why they are amazing? Because I am amazing. I'm a great example of how you can make a nice super chats without trash talking your country. Whoa, where the hell is Freddy? Where the hell is Freddy? Are you freaking kidding me? Where is Freddy? Freddie Mercury is all the time here. But no now. What the hell? Where is Freddy? Awesome. Awesome. 6 o'clock, you see that? 6 o'clock. Grand Hotel Europe, Russian Museum, and the Grand Hall of St Petersburg Philharmonic. This year in St Petersburg Philharmonic, a lot of Sergei Rachmaninoff concerts. Because this year Russia commemorates 150 years anniversary of Sergei Rachmaninoff. He was born 150 years ago. The great Rachmaninoff. He's buried in Kensico Cemetery, not far from New York. I was on his grave, and I even have the video of being on his grave. That was in April 2017. Yes, almost 6 years ago. Go on and ask where is Freddy. Well, the Freddy is inside. Actually, they always taking him out for a night, but at this time usually he is there. Basilica of St. Catherine. And that is the marketplace for the artists, like the real artists. I mean, if you really want to buy something painted by the local artists, that's the place. That's the place. It's not just like some replicas, but this is something what they really painted themselves. You are most welcome. I have been following your great streams for months, and this was first super chat for anyone. Thanks so much. Thanks so much. I'm really happy to see the appreciation. That is the Museum of Human Tortures. Guillotine. This is interesting how now it feels brighter than it was an hour ago. Hello Anver 13. I only emerge after dark. The entrance to Nevsky Prospect metro station, the blue line of St. Petersburg metro. Griboedov Canal used to be known as Catherine Canal. It's constructed here by the order of Catherine II. It is connecting Fontanka River, Moika River, and Krykov Canal. And Krykov Canal connecting with Neva, Fontanka. So it's like pretty functional canal. especially was back in those days. And there on the background, Church of the Savior on Spilled Blood. I told you many times, it's the church literally on the spilled blood of our Emperor Alexander II. They are exploded his carriage there, the carriage that was riding to Imperial Horse stables, which are still there, and now going through a huge process of renovation and adapting that to public space. That spring starts early in Russia. Here it starts on the 21st. Well, the spring starts anytime it wants. It's like pretty variable every year. But officially here in Russia, the 1st of March considers as the Kazansky Cathedral, our main Orthodox Christian cathedral in the city. An amazing building constructed in 1903, an architect Pavel Suzor in the style of Art Nouveau. It used to be initially the headquarters of the Singer Sewing Machines Company, their headquarters in Russian Empire. But now here is the house of the bookstore, which is one of the most famous bookstores. 3 floors, the ground floor, 1st floor and 2nd floor. And this is everything what is above the 2nd floor, the headquarters of VK.com. VK.com, the largest social network in Russia. The largest. And this is, imagine right in front of Kazansky Cathedral. 3 years ago I was making even the video about it, like a whole vlog just about this store. It's called The Composer. And this is the largest store for the music spreadsheets. I mean, like, here is like only the music notes. Not spreadsheets, music shit. Okay, music shit. Like, look. This all is just notes, you see, for all kinds of music instruments. Piano, guitar, violin, everything. And it's only a part. It's only a part of everything what they have, because they are not just a store, they are yet the publishers. So they are making it themselves. They are printing out. And it's not only for the solo instruments, it's also like for also the scores, like for the whole orchestra. Tchaikovsky. Here is the piano, another piano there. The thing is, before like buying the music sheet, you can check if that is exactly that edition, arrangement that you're looking for. Sheet pronounces shit, just like shit, just like crap, you mean? Stars Coffee, a former Starbucks. When Starbucks sold their coffee shops to Russian businessmen, including Timothy, the Russian rapper, well, they renamed it to Stars Coffee. And the reopening was happening under the slogan, "Buck is gone, but Star is here." Something like a social action, любовь. Любовь. Что здесь нужно написать?
Любовь. Вы можете взять мелочек повеселее, когда там все делают тут сегодня. Сразу едете?
Да.
Вы хотите у аудитории спросить?
Нет, я просто снимаю. Но я напишу просто, что, конечно, не буду оригинальным.
Здесь главное честность.
Вот так вот. Love is all you need. Just like...
Также взять себе сердечко вот такое. Это послание специально для вас. Какой вы оставите себе?
Давайте оставлю розу.
Ага. Вы записали сюда строки из Библии. Нам очень важно напомнить нашему обществу, вашей аудитории о том, что Бог живой.
Окей.
Что написано у вас? Что такое любовь?
Вот что заповедую я вам: любите друг друга, как я возлюбил вас. Иисус.
Это Иисус, слова Иисуса такие. Как Он возлюбил нас? Он пошел на крест, чтобы простить нам всякий грех. А Отец Небесный Его возвысил потом.
Окей.
Это ваше.
А, да?
Да,
Спасибо.
более того, вам подарок небольшой.
Окей, спасибо.
И
Спасибо.
более того, мы здесь за людей молимся. Если вы хотите, мы можем вместе помолиться, обратиться к Отцу Небесному, если есть тут какая-то у вас нужда.
Ну, я обычно это приватно делаю. Да, спасибо.
Слава Богу.
Спасибо. Спасибо. Okay, love is all you need. So such a social action there. Yes, love is all you need. Michael Graham, I agree, Sergey. Yeah, I was not really original about saying love is all you need. It's John Lennon. What they are about love and the God. It seems like well, he said that actually they are like from some kind of spiritual organization. Like a religious organization. He said that the God loves us. большая конюшенная. Stroganov Palace. That's the cook of Stroganov invented beef Stroganov. Meanwhile, here you can get a Californian burger from Carl's Jr. Carl's Jr. Californian char grills, burgers, Stroganov Palace. Antique and travel, hello. So now this is how for only 1 hour and 15 minutes we walked almost all the way through Nevsky. Stroganov dish popular in Russia? Yes, it's pretty popular here. And you can find it, of course, in every Russian cuisine restaurant. I love being Moika. Beautiful Moika. It seems like there the ice is already kind of getting thin. One of the most picturesque and postcard views of St. Petersburg. Hello, Alexander M. Bitana Narayana, will you travel outside Russia someday? Maybe someday, but I still have so much to cover inside Russia. Can you walk in it? Well, of course, like you can, but technically it's outlaw now. It's outlaw. It's now prohibited by the administration of St. Petersburg to walk on the ice. The fine gonna be like up to 5,000 rubles, which is like about how much? Like $70. Anyway, why? The thing is, these days the winters in St. Petersburg are very mild, and the guys there and the administration of the city never sure about how the ice, how thick is the ice here and there, and the easiest thing for them not to be responsible for any possible accidents when somebody will fall down under the ice and thrown. It's like just prohibit. It's just like officially to prohibit the exits on the ice. So then they can say, well, we warn you, you've been warned. The Literary Cafe. Wow, you have no idea how old this cafe is here. I was taking you here. I was coming here with Ronald, I remember. The cafe here since 1816. Imagine here was coming Pushkin, Tchaikovsky, Dostoevsky. Whoa. You can check my vlog. Yes, on Real Russia channel. Pushkin is still there. The king of Russian literature. And in fact, the literary cafe is the last thing in St. Petersburg he saw before his death. When Georges Dantes set up a duel with him in the place called Черная речка, the Black River, before going to the Black River for the duel, he was staying right here, right on this corner, because he lived there in several buildings from here. Now there's an Old Russia Pushkin Museum, Pushkin Memorial Museum. And so he was staying here, waiting for the carriage. So here, the horse carriage picked him up right from the literary cafe. Maybe he even had a tea or coffee for the very last time in his life here. So he was picked up with a horse carriage, and they moved to the Black River. And that's where he was almost killed. Well, in fact, he was wounded. And when they bring him home to Moika here, he already was not okay. He was not understanding anything, and just in shortly he died. Okay, and the result of that wounds, Dantes shoot him literally. And so this is the place, the corner Pushkin saw for the last time in his life before he moved forever to the Черная речка. I guess they went through Nevsky, then got to Vasilievsky Island, Petrogradsky, and all the way to Черная речка, Black River. If you want to see the interior, look for my video, Literary Cafe, Real Russia. Yes, I only emerged after dark. I see you already got some information. This is awesome how now it's almost 6:30, but it's still the daylight here. The days are getting significantly longer. Here is the photo gallery dedicated to the armed forces of Russia, the motherlands that we defend. impressive. From Wikipedia. Okay, I got it. I only emerge after dark. I got you. All right. Dudes, also let me announce it once again that recently I was invited for the concerts of Corelli String Group and Irina Molyarchik. Amazing guys, you know them if you watch my channel already for a while, and I was really missing them. I'm sure you were missing the guys too. And amazing guys, an amazing opera singer, Corelli String Group and Irina Molyarchik, 7th of March. They are kindly invited me. Seems like they were missing you too. Because they know that when I will come, there will be more viewers watching them through my camera than the people there on the concerts. Okay, our main square, the Palace Square, the square of the Winter Palace. This is the largest art museum in Russia. Alexander Colon, dedicated to Alexander I. Made here by the order of Nicholas I, his brother. It's dedicated to the victory of Russia in the War of 1812. That's the war against Napoleon. The main general headquarters. This arc, by the way, called Triumphal Arc, with an amazing chariot there at the top. Nicholas Romanov. Hello, Nicholas. Hello, Maria. Hello, guys. Admiralty. Double-decker, one of the double-deckers. Here in St. Petersburg we have a lot of hop-on, hop-off city sightseeing tour buses. the beginning of Nevsky. Now I will take you to St. Isaac's Cathedral. Less people watching today. Well, it's not a standard time for my audience. My audience got used that usually I stream starting from 8 o'clock, and now it's only 6:30. Nevsky. And I will turn now to Malaya Morskaya, Small Marion Street. We have lots of double-decker buses in London. Yes, I know. I guess initially it was a Spanish team. I've heard that these red double-deckers were invented with like a Spanish company. Wavelberg Hotel. The bar, lobby. In this building, there's the entrance to Admiralteyskaya metro station. That is the closest metro station to St. Isaac's Cathedral and Palace Square. And this is also the deepest metro station in the whole Russia. It's really deep because imagine, well, here in this area in St. Petersburg, the metro trains goes really deep because they goes deeper than the rivers, okay? They are not just under the grounds, but they are yet under the rivers, So it's like, imagine the metro tunnels goes below the rivers. And finally, it's getting dark. Now that's the residential building where Pyotr Tchaikovsky lived, died in the age of 53. Yeah, that was the ridiculous death. The main version that he dies after drinking not boiled water, just like a raw water, which is turned to be infected. I mean, the age of 53, that wasn't much even back in those days. In the end of 19th century. the memorial plaque to Tchaikovsky. Tchaikovsky died in this house at the 25th of October 1893. New York City Guns, thank you for the super sticker and hello to you. Hello, Breed. Nice to see you. The Tower of the Admiralty. It's the corner of Malaya Morskaya, Small Marion Street and Гороховая. Гороховая, it's like from the word горох, pear. Or should I say pea? Pear? No, you know, such a beans. And now, that's a gorgeous dome of St. Isaac's. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. Look, it's gorgeous. Do you think it's gorgeous? St. Isaac's Cathedral and architect Agius Monferran. 1858, but construction started in 1818. 40 friggin' years. 40 years. It is taking to construct it back in those days. Yes, okay, yes, it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. It's gorgeous. How cold is it, St. Petersburg? It's warm. It's minus 1 degree Celsius warm. And that is an amazing cafe called Счастье, Happiness. It's the amazing cafe with a great panoramic view to St. Isaac's Cathedral. That's why here is always like a lot of people. It's like always everything is busy. Because when anybody coming here, like first of all, they're trying to go to the places like this. So the places like Zinger Cafe with panoramic view to Kazansky Cathedral, or here to Happiness with the view to St. Isaac's. St. Isaac's Garden. Whoa, still a lot of snow in St. Isaac's Garden because they're not scratching it out of here. And this is the building of Angleterre Hotel, pre-revolutionary famous St. Petersburg Hotel, together with Astoria, also one of the most famous, the oldest hotels in St. Petersburg, Astoria. You see it's like pretty expensive here. Many big shots stops here. You see mostly expensive premium cars here, parked all the time. Big shots. Lexus, Mercedes, BMW, Porsche. So now that's the Mariinsky Palace with the monument to Nicholas I, our Emperor Nicholas I. It's recently renovated. They were renovating that for 3 years and finally reopened a year ago. When you will come here, you better buy the double tickets with the entrance as to the museum. Well, now it's more like a museum than church. Well, still, it's a church, but it's more a museum. And with the entrance to colonnaded walkway, you see a 360 walkway. It's called colonnaded walkway. Also, look, not many people knows, but if there is a huge stairway, okay, such a round stairway to go there, and not many people knows that actually if you have a problems with heart or maybe extra weight or whatever, they have the elevator there, and you can actually ask to raise you on the elevator due to your health condition. Astoria. Also recently renovated. I remember how yet a couple of months ago the whole facade here was in a scaffolding. Not anymore, and now looks so fresh. Lobby bar. And this is Большая Морская, Grand Marion Street. Emmanuel Branco, spiral stairs are a nightmare. Yeah, sometimes people feeling the headache, like their head is turning around, like going up and at the same time by the spiral, going up and round. Xin 名字名啊，谁卡呀？我姓强，谁他？谁呀哈？我是呀哈，谁呀呀？谁呀呀呀？谁呀？谁呀 ？That's what it's really here. It's Chinese restaurants. It's called Made in China. 我也是小。谁嗨呀？呀好！ Is that the one that's all white marble inside? If you're talking about Astoria, yes, it's all like marbles inside, faced with marbles. Your Chinese language is poor, Sergey. Yeah, actually, all I do is just like trying to impersonate that. But I know nothing in Chinese except ni hao. I also know that it's like not so how. It's yet when I was a little boy, but I'm not sure if it's Chinese. I remember when I was a little boy, and I was watching the movies. It's like a karate movies, one of the karate movies. I don't remember even like what the movie is that, but I remember that it's like a typical 1980s VHS karate movie. And there's like, everybody was shouting Natsu How, and that was meant like the white warrior. Natsu How. It sounds like you're in pain. Yes, I'm in pain on my head. Hello Mirza, hello Dave A. Your Chinese woke me up, swelling sausage. You see how good? You see how good? So, Chinese language is like a Chinese medicine. It's healing. Yeah. Hello, Joe Bickers. Good to see you still have YouTube. Are they not gonna ban it? I don't know. Such a threat exists all the time. That this way or that way it will be banned. So that's why all the time I'm telling you to join my Telegram. Because at least that's how we can stay in touch. Help, not so how. Yeah, something like not to how. Not to how. Something like that. I don't know, maybe here is any experts in VHS movies. I remember it's like I was watching that on VHS. That was 1990s. And that was like a typical karate movie. How about Odyssey, Sergey? Yeah, I think I need finally to take my time to check Odyssey. You have the greatest greeting. Good evening. May God protect you and bless your life. Thanks for your efforts. Thank you too. Thank you big time. Maximus. It seems like a club. Look. Whoa. You see that? The club with the girls singing. Okay. Maximus. I don't know, it's probably like karaoke club. О, вкусно и точка. Where since yesterday they got Big Mac returns. You see this number 221? It's the number of the table, and that's what makes it absolutely comfortable now to order the meal right here without going to the cashier or even to that pay machine. Look, here I have the application. Okay, I have an application, but my phone died. I need now the time to charge it. Okay, even though today I already filmed the video about Big Mac return, however, okay, let me order this one more time here in my live stream. So, Couching Tiger, Pet Dream, you are thinking that movie called Couching Tiger? Hello, William H. Most who talk Bruce Lee have no knowledge of him. Well, I never pretend that I know knowledge. I have knowledge about Bruce Lee. So in fact, I'm not talking about him. Turtleneck. Special hello to all of my turtle makers. Ronald Godier and his ladder. I read his book. You read the book? Awesome. You guys, if you've missed any of Ronald's live streams recently, no worries. Here is a short summary of them all. He is Ronald Godier. He's in Abkhazia. He hates snow in St. Petersburg. But it's absolutely amazing in Abkhazia. He is happy waking up and seeing the sea line and the snow only on the mountains. His Lada Niva is the best car in the world. Sergei is delusional and shows only the best of Russia. Yesenia is a beach, and that was the mistake to leave his summer tires in her place. Then there will be the question, do you guys are thinking he needs to go to Voronezh to take his tires back? Also, he will tell you that he wanna open Mexican food bar. Well, no, not anymore, not Mexican food bar. Now recently, the hotel in Abkhazia. That's it. Then he will ban Goodfella and swelling sausage. And Nancy, of course. And yeah, and then it's on a repeat. Why would he do that? Well, usually he is banning swelling and Goodfellow when they are, you know, lying to joke around with him and to say that instead of for looking at younger Russian girls, he better need to pay an attention to those older ladies who are giving him the place for rent. Alright, so I've got my phone charged and I can enter to the application. We're going to Вкусно и точка application. Then we go to, I have a lottery. Now here is the action goes. It's like some kind of Monopoly game. Okay, so you see, now they actively promoting big hit. 165 rubles, which is according to today's exchange rate, $2.20. Okay, I'm taking it. You can order combo right away with French fries. Yes, here is French fries. Yes, tell all the liberals. Okay, here is French fries. For the reason I ate just before the stream 2 hours ago, I'm gonna order just a Big Mac and latte. By the way, here's also the options. You can remove anything from the burger. For example, you can say I don't like cheese, and to uncheck it, or the onion or pickles. Что такое? Что такое, Музис? Мне не надо 2 биг-хита. Это, конечно, круто, но мне не надо 2 биг-хита. You see, now they have like the action 2 big hits for only 300 rubles. But right now I need only 1 big hit. $175? What the hell? It was $165 in the other McDonald's. You see, here is now, I just specify the number of the table, 221, and they will bring it here. You see, 221, and that's it. Here is the payments with my cards. This is my CVV 027 pay, and also there must be SMS codes. So it's like, if you motherfuckers will even know my CCV, anyway, you can do nothing without the code. Okay, that's it. I'm going to St. Petersburg and I'm gonna kick Sergey's ass. I think you're gonna fail with this. I think you're gonna fail with this because I am younger, I am taller, and I am just stronger than you. I'm just heavier. I'm a big guy, you know that I'm a big guy. I mean, how on earth you're gonna kick my ass if I'm like, you know that I'm a big guy?
And what for? Just for the reason that I've made a brief summary of your live streams? Damn it. I've made a great promotion for your channel. I'm actually a pretty big guy. I'm actually like over 100 kilogram. I'm big. I'm tall. I'm 189 centimeters, and I'm big, and I'm still like pretty young. And I think that Ronald, he will not kick my ass. I think that in fact I will like push you, even just like having a significant physical advantage. Eduardo Camila, your show is very informative. Yes, here in my live stream, I even told you. I even told you the live streams of Ronald. Okay, Big Hit is here. Big Mac, which is now called Big Hit. Yesterday, it is returned here. Interesting how Big Mac turns to be the very last burger, the very last position in the menu, which now made the rebranded McDonald's to be exactly the same as it was a year ago, before they left. Okay, Big Hit. Look, let me tell you that the only difference I saw is that we have not only the white sesame here, but also the black pieces of sesame, and all the rest it's completely the same. Here are two cutlets, two beef cutlets, such a sliced onion, cheese, lettuce, pickles, and the sauce, you know, like a firm Big Mac sauce. And I already was trying it today, and I can see that you have only like a very, very slight difference. So, but on like 98% it's the same. But that's what they said. They even announced that, well, they are like, they can't use 100% recipe of McDonald's Big Mac. So that's why it's like having only a very, very slight difference, which is like really hard to feel anyway. Well, basically it's the same. Bon appetit, you know. All the same shit. Beef cutlets, cheese, lettuce, onion there, and pickles. Yes, basically it's the same.
Eduardo, according to today's exchange rate, the price is $2.20 for this big hit, Big Mac. Ronald's 175, 500. Are you okay? Ronald, it's cheap. It's cheap. What time you're going to stream tomorrow? Maybe I will not stream tomorrow because tomorrow at 9:40 I already will have to be in the airplane. So that's mean I have to be in the airport at least at 8:30. Okay, and that's mean I have to head to airport at 7:30. I'm flying to Omsk, the second largest city in Siberia, where I was streaming on Friday. Siberia. Yeah, dudes. No? Прекрасно. So, that's it. What can we say? When McDonald's reopens as вкусная точка in June 2022, their menu was like, a cut version of their old menu. They had in their McFlurry, Big Tasty, and Big Mac. They said there is no anything of this because these are like the most recognizable and 100% associated with McDonald's meals. But slowly, little by little, they returns McFlurry. It is called now Ice Deluxe. They returns Big Tasty, which is now here called Big Special. And after all, they returns Big Mac, which is now called Big Hit.
Dress warm, Sergey, Pamela. Of course, I'm going to Siberia. When you're going to Siberia, I mean, there is no such a thing as too much clothes. Omsk is bigger than Krasnoyarsk. Well, Omsk is 1.2 million residents. I think it's probably some bigger. Omsk is almost like an Ufa by the population. And like Chelyabinsk, like Samara. Okay, but in fact, the weather forecast shows that it will be like maybe about -4, -5 degrees Celsius in Omsk. Back in those days. Not back in those days. Coming in those days. So it's like tomorrow it's going to be even +2 degrees Celsius in Omsk, but on Friday -6, which is okay. -6 is okay. Did you visit Vladivostok or never that far in east? I was in Vladivostok in 2018. Glen Elville, are planes running now, Sergey? No, they are not running. Recently I went to Chelyabinsk, Ekaterinburg, Novosibirsk, Volgograd, just on a freaking horses. What? Was watching too much of liberal channels again? You stop doing that. You better stop doing that.
Eduardo Camilo, thank you so much.
McDonald's is always overcrowded.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is where I'm gonna finish today's live stream. Thank you all for watching today. That was an interesting first day of spring with the snow and negative temperature. But anyway, the spring is in the air. I can physically feel it. The air turns to be different. Yeah, really. I'm sure you used to notice that too if you're living in places where there's a full-scale seasoning. Okay, guys. Bye for today. I will see you, if not tomorrow, then on Friday in Omsk. I'm not sure about the live stream tomorrow just because I have the airplane at 9:40, and that means I have to be in the airport really early, and I had to start heading to airports even earlier. Okay, so bye guys.